UFC 292 press conference just took place a few hours ago, and it featured the main event, Aljamain Sterling, Sean O'Malley, co-main event, Zhang Weili, Amanda Lemos, feature fight, Magny and Garry, which was interesting. I'll get into that. And I also had the other guys, Weidman Tavares, Munoz Vera, and Blackshear and Batista. Both of them were absolutely pointless. I mean, respect to Blackshear stepping up on short notice, but man, you're fucking dull as fuck. Let's start with, it reminded me of Val Woodburn when he stepped up against Bo Nickel. Boring as fuck. But yeah, we'll start with the main event. Sean O'Malley, I am a little bit more worried at him, because he looked like he was shitting himself on stage. Not because of Aljo, or what anything Aljo said. Just the energy for Sean O'Malley. Because he's never got this moment ever. Aljo has. He's defended the belt. He just main evented last time against Cejudo. So that was his big moment in general. And he's past that now. So I get it, O'Malley, if you're just a little bit nervous. But how are you going to be when you're in the octagon against Aljo, who can submit you? If he gets your back? As we've seen, other than maybe Cejudo, who's Olympic gold medalist, you're not. You're a string bean with some jiu-jitsu skills here and there. I just don't know how it's going to go. And he looked nervous. Good lines that he said. Aljo and Ian Garry carried the press conference. It sucks Garbrandt wasn't there. Fuck, that would have been awesome as well. Instead, Blackshear. Garbrandt instead, fighting Batista. That would have been really good. And O'Malley was like, where's Cody Garbrandt? But he pulled out, unfortunately. But, yeah. It was a pretty fun press conference. It wasn't the best in the world, but we've had moments. I don't think Ian Garry would have beat Jeff Neal. So in hindsight, that's pretty good. Garry versus Magny is more of an interesting matchup because Magny, I think he said, he beats his kids for the punishments, and Garry made a video on Instagram with his baby son saying he wouldn't beat him ever, and I'll beat up Neil Magny, he said, for you. That's something interesting, but I'll get to that. But Aljo just kept, this is the thing with Aljo, man. Aljo, man. No pun intended. This is the thing with Aljo. He gets cheers. People like Aljamain Sterling. Ever since his Piotr Jan Mirai match, he's just been alright. Alright? He's been alright. Not everyone's high on him. But everyone's definitely respecting him now. With the defenses in that over Dillashaw and Cejudo. Whatever you think about the Dillashaw fight, that's not Sterling's fault. You can check out my Bantamweight GOAT video of Aljamain. It's not his fault that happened. But people will just discredit his win because Dillashaw was an idiot. Should have pulled out of the fight, but he didn't. That's his fault. And Aljo, he gets good cheers, but then shut up, shut your mouth. You just got good cheers. Don't ruin it. And he keeps waving on the crowd, and it's just like, fuck off. Now they're booing you. But Aljamain had weird hair. O'Malley said, your hair looks ugly. Who did that? And Aljo's like, yeah, seems like you're the one. It seems coincidental or something that you're the one saying that when you have crazy hair. That's not what he said, but, something like that. Similar. And Aljo did have green hair on top of his black hair on his head, his hair. And obviously, I'm not dumb. It's not on his freaking feet. It's on his head. Green hair, a little bit green tint in his hair. And Aljo, was carrying it on, saying he'll destroy the UFC's teacher pet, Sean O'Malley. I wouldn't mind if Aljo won. I wouldn't mind if O'Malley won, but, Aljo, O'Malley would be fun winning. But I want to be honest with you, the way Aljo's just grinded up these wins, I want him to get the best of it. I want him to just defend this one, be the Bantamweight GOAT, because I don't want people saying cruises when he's fucking... What's his last win? Pedro Munoz? Well fucking done, you GOAT. That's your last win. You didn't look great enough. You got dropped early by Munoz. Aljo schooled him. Aljo didn't get dropped in the first round by Munoz. A better Munoz as well. Not to mention, Aljo beat a better Munoz at the time than fucking Cruz did. And to be honest, the Munoz that fought Cruz got schooled by Jose Aldo. You know? I think Prime Munoz would beat fucking Cruz and KO him. Let's be real. Prime Munoz, Prime Cruz would be a fucking awesome fight. I think Munoz would KO him, let's be real. Because Cruz just doesn't have the best of chins. Not even then, he didn't have the greatest of chins. Because Garbrandt dropped him lots. Anyways, what am I going to say? Aljo, O'Malley says he wants to be the greatest of all time. You know? He wants to beat the greatest of all time. They're already calling him Bantamweight GOAT. I'm telling you guys. Aljo's been racking up these wins. Even in the non-title fight against Sanhagen, Munoz, Jimmy Rivera. He's been racking up these fucking wins. And he had a streak before that as well. You know? But then since he's got Yan, Dillashaw, Cejudo, potentially O'Malley. You know? But yeah. Yeah. That was a good intriguing moment. I'll speak the face off at the end. Zhang Weili and Amanda Lemos were just boring as fuck. Lame as fuck. Nothing good there. Not really anything good there. Yeah, pretty lame there. They just said they're ready to go. Zhang's ready to take on Lemos. And she said if Lemos makes a mistake, it's over. Pretty boring there. And, yeah. Ian Garry said, oh my god, I feel like he just bullied Magny. Fucking bullied him. Was just like, every time Magny spoke something, at first they were going back and forth. Garry getting the better of it, though, because he was speaking over Magny, in my opinion. Louder voice there in Ian Garry. And he was just speaking over Magny. Magny seems really emotional. Seemed really emotional out there. And he's going to slap up Ian Garry. And Garry says he's going to punch her straight right down his nose and face. And yeah, that was interesting. And every time Magny spoke after that, Ian Garry basically said, shut the fuck up. Think about what you did, about saying you beat your child or something. I don't want to be demonetized here. I'm not going to say that word again. He beat his kid. And Gary's like, think about it, what you said before, and shut the fuck up. Sucks for Neil Magny, but you shouldn't do that. So I'm honestly really rooting for Neil I'm actually rooting for Garry more, because he was actually just, usually these guys just smack talk back and forth, but Garry actually has the right to just be pissed at Neil Magny. You know, but again, I don't think he would have said anything if he wasn't fighting him. That's another thing right there as well. I think Gary's trying to make this more of a big deal than it is, but still, you shouldn't really say that, Neil Magny, come on. And they went back and forth. Yeah, interesting there. And, yeah. What was another part about it? Blackshear said he's ready to go, had a great Twister sub. Good shit from Damon Blackshear. I actually haven't given a prediction for that. I think that Mario Batista gets a third round TKO. Damon Blackshear will give him all sorts of trouble early on the ground. And they're going to have some scramble where Damon wins early. So if I'm Batista, I'd watch out early on for some big shots. But I think Batista has better stand-up in general. And I think he'll have better cardio. Maybe on a full camp, I would pick Damon Blackshear, but I think he'll gas out after the first round and lose by third round TKO. And yeah. Also, Batista says he's ready. O'Malley says, let's go, Mario. And Batista said he's ready to look at the rankings. Not interested in facing Cody Garbrandt again. Why would he? Although that was an interesting matchup, and I probably would have went Cody, to be honest with you. I probably would have. Mario Batista didn't have great, but he doesn't have massive power nukes in his hands. Let's be real. But he might take down Cody, because Trevin Jones was able to do it. But Trevin Jones KO'd Batista, so I don't even know. But I probably would have picked, I don't even know. Who cares? Get him a ranked opponent if he wins. And for Blackshear, you lost to Fareed Basharat. Like, you're not going to get a ranked opponent either, but you might get a big name. Because because you stepped up on such short notice. And you're just looking good in general. So yeah, nothing much there. Batista said he's thinking O'Malley will not just cause trouble on the feet, but also says O'Malley will cause trouble on the ground for Sterling. He trains with O'Malley. I think he's just saying that just to build up the fight more. But good for Batista. Maybe we'll keep that in mind. I'm not. Sterling's just different on the ground. And yeah, the opener of the main card. Weidman Tavares had a funny moment, but oh yeah, Marlon Vera. What the fuck is this? Okay, it was my fucking alarm. Whatever. Anyways, Marlon Vera, you idiot. Maybe Vera's just cutting weight and he's not in the mood for this, but you had a fucking rare opportunity to just beef with O'Malley. Now you won't be able to, you idiot. But he said O'Malley can go fuck himself, and he said if O'Malley beats Sterling, he can be the first defense for Sean O'Malley. And he just said, Sean, go fuck yourself, which was a cool moment. But, like, I think now will be a moment where Vera is just going to look back and be like, I should have fucking pushed it. He's just ruined that, realistically. What an idiot from Marlon Vera. No IQ Vera right there. I get he might be cutting weight, but I don't care. Could have said more than just say, Sean, go fuck yourself. Let's be real. O'Malley could have said something back to you. I don't get what's going on there. Maybe they're just cutting weight. Sterling did mention the cutting weight thing. O'Malley did sound dehydrated. And yeah. Yeah, not much there. Weidman says, Tavares, please don't check the first leg kick. And I'll let you just please let me get one in, at least the first one in. And he says he'll let Tavares have one in. Hopefully it's true. I don't think Tavares is a piece of shit. I think he'll actually just be respectful to Weidman. Yeah. Hopefully Weidman wins. I really do hope he wins, but it's just he took on. Maybe he did this just because his ego or something like that. But you know, you took on the hardest fucking fight in the whole division. Hardest fight. Takedown defense, he's going to have to catch Tavares or something. But knowing Weidman, he might just take down Tavares and sub him. Because Tavares don't care anymore. And yeah, the face-offs are interesting. Everyone just having their moment. Garry and Neil Magny speaking back and forth. That'll be a really good one. Be funny if Magny just wins. And yeah. Garry also said, like, what are you going to do to me? You hold people against the cage. I like that Garry's speaking out the truth. Because I just, him just whacking back and forth with him just smacking lips back and forth with Magny. I'm happy he just brought out some truth. I know he spoke about the beating shit and that, but, you know, Magny does hold people against the cage. Magny's not beat your teammate last fight. You're just proving Garry's point. You beat your teammate last fight. Again, close fight. Could have gone either way. Magny wins, whatever. But you held him against the cage. You're acting like you fucking head kicked him out cold, Magny. So Garry kind of won that 10-8. Let's be real. Because I think Magny was just saying shit back. If he can just sit there and be like, oh, yeah, Garry. Yep. Let's go, Garry. You know? And Andrade. Why did I think of Andrade? Oh, Zhang and Lemos. They both fought Andrade. And that's another reason I'm picking Zhang, because Andrade fucking beat Lemos. And Zhang destroyed Andrade. So yeah, but they had a decent face-off. And Sterling and O'Malley were just in their face each other. O'Malley is taller. O'Malley is tall. But I'm not gonna get into this. O'Malley is taller, but I don't think it's an issue. Yeah, like, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Press conference reaction. Peace.